Good day, my friends. I hope your day is as fulfilling as mine. Well, Sundays are truly a day of worship and a rest from a long week. What we have for you today is the action man of the hour. The Grupo Generals, Roy Simato and Mel Feliciano, turned over the IATF continuing operations in Cebu City to this man. Friends, here is Councilor Joel Garganera.
Yeah, thank you, Pilar, for having me in your program, Pilar and Friends, and it's really a pleasure, my honor to be part of it, and of course the Emergency Operations Center of Cebu City.
Thank you for accepting the invitation, Councilor, despite your busy schedule. I have here a set of questions for you, and since we don't have the luxury of time, the new normal, and the short attention span of our viewers, I am firing away.
Shoot, that's also how we work here at Emergency Operations Center. Urgency, so shoot, fire.
Well, I'm glad you feel this way, especially coming from you who has first-hand experience in overcoming the virus. So, did that bug you down?
Yes, of course. Not just me, but my wife also. She was confined around 10 days in the hospital because she has pneumonia. And not just me, I have 4 of my staff in my City Hall office got the virus, and 2 of them was also hospitalized, the same hospital as with my wife. I have 1 staff, her entire family got the virus, and in fact, her father died, succumbed to the virus. And then in the house where I live, the Astinago, at the back I locked it down. 16 of them got the virus, and 2 of them died. And these are really my friends. And then my seatmate in the council, the late Tony Cuenco, he succumbed to the virus. So to me, COVID has a face. And the face is death. Yes, it bogged me down, but then here I am. I know the virus, so I know how to fight him.
So how are you coping now? We know that the crisis is not over yet. How are you handling your council work or any committee work and overseeing IATF operations at the same time?
Well, in the Emergency Operations Center, I was not alone who got the virus. Most of them got the virus. In fact, my in charge of the admin, a lawyer, Attorney Junaid, got the virus. And then most of our response team, sa QRT, they got the virus. In fact, there was a time ang ambulance, wala na driver. So we have to force na nag-positive ng mga driver. Anyway, ang ilahang i-transport, positive na sad. That's how bad many months ago, like the month of May and June. So right now, when General Feliciano came over and tried to look at us, a fresh eye, an objective one, so he seemed to understand the gaps. Kaya at that time, I firmly believe na madapan na namo ang system. We can survive this. But then it took an outsider to point out nga asata na fail ba. So from there, ang akong mga cluster groups, it was we really synchronize all the cluster groups. Na one cluster group is really very important for the synergy, for the success sa tanan. So karon we're doing good. The data speaks for itself, and then but that it is not enough for us to be complacent. Few months ago we have a 3-digit kaso, a daily case, but right now for the past 2-3 weeks we're enjoying a single digit. And right now how I balance my work as a counselor and of course as the one who oversee the Emergency Operations Center At first, it was really very hard. It was really very hard. But right now, everything was synchronized. I feel like I'm a conductor of a symphony orchestra, and then they know their individual instrument, and then it's a matter of planning. Just like yesterday, we had this pool testing. Tanan mga piniriso sa atong station from 1 to 11. They planned for 3 days, and then when we conducted the pool testing yesterday, would you believe, usarag adlaw na humanday namo ang 11 police station, and we were able to swab and RDT, extract blood for 340 kabok sa atong mga PDLs, no, persons nga nasa atong prisuhan, no. So that's the product, no, of constant huddling every day. To give you an idea, for the last 4 or 5 months, every day may gahadol, no. At 8 o'clock na namitanan dito, we don't know weekends, we do have no holidays, more so we have no long weekends. Kay as we all very well know, COVID doesn't rest. COVID has no weekends, no. So, but recently, because of our cases, as a sort of akuan sa atong mga cluster groups na to, those who are there sa Emergency Operation Center, we enjoy na weekends. Saturday and Sunday, ato na nang i-delegate dito sa ilang pamilya. And me as a counselor, it's more of a planning. It's more of time management.
That's great. Time management, indeed. And could you tell us about this multisectoral advisory group of the Emergency Operations Center of Cebu City that you have been tasked to lead?
Dili sa kay kumagasto kay I have the Multisectoral Advisory Group, no. We in the Emergency Operations Center, we don't try to impress that we have the monopoly of knowledge, no. There are a lot of people around, stakeholders, very important sectors that who are more knowledgeable, expert in the field that they are in, no. Like we in the MSAG, the Multisectoral Advisory Group, we have different kinds of cluster groups also, from data management to information, education, transportation, so health, so daghan, and then the inputs that we got is very important in formulating strategies, no, and programs, no. So it's a matter of tapping the resources around, and Cebu City is very rich in that, no. Daghan kay gusto mo tabang, but they just don't know where, how, no. So the Emergency Operations Center, especially the multiple sectoral advisory group, is very instrumental, no, in how we see things, no. So holistic kayo, we are very guided. And then me also, para na ako, I'm also learning a lot. And I would like to make it a point, no, the success of EUC is not me, no. I'm just one among the many person there working for the good of Cebu City. You have our frontliners, you have our police, our PNP, who is also responsible for the restriction of our movement, and of course, no, when they say ang kaning atong when they say it's a game changer kaning atong contact tracing team, but I tell you, the involvement of each barangay really hit the nail, no. As it is right now, everything is very systematic, no, down to the last the smallest political government unit, which is barangay, which is on board with sila. So all this kaning tanan mo ni sila nagda sa success as it is right now, no. But we're not at liberty to celebrate. Perhaps ginagmay mo celebrate now because of the cases that we're enjoying right now, but the bigger challenge is how to sustain this, no? And that is what we're trying to focus sa pagkakaroon.
So what do you think of the huge challenges, and how do you handle all of these?
Well, this COVID virus is really a very smart virus. No? Just imagine, ang iyahang host is could be your family members, could be close to you, no? So makita nimo nga ni-evolve sa siya, you have to be smarter than COVID, no? So the key to this is, you have to act fast, no? So ang EOC is really guided by this principle na urgency, efficiency, and transparency, no? So urgent, we have to treat everything as urgent. And then, I've been in government for the longest time, been 31 years already. Usa sa gitna ang challenges is government cannot respond ingana, no? Because daghan sa mga restrictions like COA, like tanan, no? Daghan sa mga restrictions. So anything that delay in addressing a particular problem with regards to respond, muna say usas mga downfall na to, no? Imo na itigom tanan, dako na siyang problema. And then, but somehow we were able to counter that. We were able to be efficient. Why? Because we've been constantly huddling, and then we, especially si Secretary si Feliciano, gi-fine-tune din na ang tanan ng mga functions in each cluster, no? So, and then they are well orchestrated, systematic. Just come to think of it, in the afternoon or late afternoon, once paggawas na gani ang line list, kinsay nag-positive. That very afternoon or that very early evening, may baw na ta, ug asa na, gilocate na sa barangay, ug asa na siya nag-positive. Gipaybaw na siya, ang kanang lugar, gi-lockdown na siya. And then, kasagaran, ang atong ayuda sa city government, gidagayday na pinaagi sa barangay so that they will be compliant nga gi-lockdown na ang mga household. The following day, ang contact tracing team together with the barangay, i-contact trace na siya ang member sa household na nasa tayo extraction team, guided also by the barangay, gi-extract na siya ang positive patient individual ngadto sa isolation center, and that very day gi-swab na siya tanan. So that's how fast. And to think, wala pa ganitay apps, wala pa ganitay QR nga apps, no? There's an incident, nanlita na asli nag-positive sa ilang trabahoan, sa dapita. Ang among emergency operation center, all they have to do is just locate and communicate with the HIPCO. We have complete numbers na nila. Even it falls on a weekend, that nga code, no, nga madali na nato ang atong contact tracing kana. We're just relying on the cognitive skills sa atong mga contact tracers, and at the same time ang response pod sa atong different cluster groups as well as the barangay. So mo nang efficient kay everything is systematic, dali ra kayo. Ang among energy, no, kana bitang in the early evening magpaabot mi sa resulta sa positive individual. Mura mi nagpaabot og unsay resulta sa eleksyon, no? Mura bag kang Trump ron og kang Biden. That's the energy nga among pirming magtutok mi sa among chat group nga pila ni kabuok ang nigawas, pila. And then the ABC are there to identify kung asa na siya mga barangaya. That very evening, bang, diretso dayon. That very following day, bang, contain dayon, isolate dayon. That's the key nga malimit na to ang transmission. And then one thing, transparency. If you're being transparent, and then you have to tell all those who are involved in our action, no, in how we do things, especially the public. Once the public are aware of what we're facing, if you are you inform the public, a well-informed public is a very dynamic one. So they will form part of the solution, mutabang na sila. So mo na nga transparency is also very important. So that's the key.
So what are the things you did not expect that you feel have hampered the delivery of public service?
Well, from the very beginning, we have no handbook for this. No. In fact, IATF National, every now and then they change, no? They change the manner of approach, no? wa mo kita kaila pa ning COVID. We think nga we know him really that well, but COVID also evolved. He also evolved, and also ang ato sang approach mo evolved sa, no? So in fact, ITF provided us the guidelines, but at the end of the day, it is up for the local government unit to really address the issue, no? As a guide na sila, but we have to call the shot on how to address it. Okay? If there's someone who knows COVID in your locality or who knows the terrain, ang local government unit man yun na. So, usahay mo na siya yung mga hindrances na to. And then, usas mga hindrance perhaps na to is when we shifted to GCQ, is when we start to open the borders. No? But, we cannot help it. We have to open our borders. No, we have to lessen the restrictions because movement is inevitable. Sa una, we were able to contain it right away kay artificial man. Na-restrict man ang atong movement. Ang curfew, grabe kaayo. So, there were really men in uniform diha. But then again, you cannot choose between lives and livelihood. No? So they have to coexist. So that's also the challenge nga. At the same time, we have also to mitigate the risk in doing so. And then, usana, at first, when they open mo itong that give rise, no? Sa atong cases, especially in June, would you believe of the almost 680 deaths so far, no? Since the very beginning, nagsugod tayo April, 370 of that is for the month of June alone. We average around 13 deaths a day. Just imagine, and then to think karon for the month of October, we only have 8. No? In fact, 6 na siya. The last minute, October 31 na iduha, but these are incidental. They are not really confined in the hospital because of manifestations sa COVID. But some of them, are really kuha na yun, kaning grabe na yun ang ilang comorbidities, no? They're of old age and napita. So ang challenge na to because constant yun evolve ang virus, and then ang atong approach, so especially in the local government unit, kung saan na to pag-harmonize ang PNP, ang DOH, Department of Health, ug ang IDF. So kung saan na nato na pag-absorb, and so far Cebu City government, especially the mayor's office, are doing the right thing. No, so far, and then everything is synchronized. So we're good.
So what are the practices and lessons learned that you can share? Share with us and other public servants for that matter.
Since we're dealing with a virus, time is really of the essence. How you respond, it spells a very big difference. So as I said before, urgency. You should treat everything urgent. Ma-LSI, ma-APOR, ma-lockdown, ma-contact tracing, ma-swabbing, urgent. Okay? A delay, cause a big difference. So, kana is one, treat everything as urgent yun. Unya, you put your money where your mouth is. If you want things done, kingalan, you should appropriate also the means of getting there. Okay? The human resource is one, but we need logistics. We should put that in place already. And Cebu City, for one, is doing the right thing. Before we in the City Council, we appropriated the necessary logistical resource in addressing and fighting COVID. And of course, ang ato sa executive also. In fact, Cebu City was, I must say, from the very beginning, we're ready. Okay, we have the infrastructure sa atong isolation center. We have napagitay natay level 1, level 2, sa mga asymptomatic, kung sa mga symptomatic. So in fact, we're very ready yun. No? It just so happened that we forget our human resource, no? Nga ang mga responders na igo, no? So we were not able to respond, that give rise sa atong mga kaso. Perhaps this is one thing nga ika-impart sa ubang LGU. You don't have to experience what we've been through, no? Take it as a lesson. Naganitay mga frontliners. Naasugitay ready nato ng mga second line of defense. Just in case mo bag down nato mga frontliners, makapadayon gyapon ta. And then sa inyong labor force diya sa inyong respective LGU, it doesn't have to be nga nakay training yun niya ng dapita. You can do that. You can get namatay mga empleyado nato who has background in medical fields, although underboard lang sila. So you can train them, no, seminar them just in case, no, just in case. Mura ba ni sila ug sa army pa ni sila mga reservist ba, no, nga in times of war inyo din mapatawag. So perhaps usagi na. And then second, kasagaran mangod, they always think bitaw nga kanu sa kanimo abot ng vaccine. Never think of that. Whether we like it or not, COVID will still be around this Christmas and perhaps next year's Christmas na pag na siya. It's how we live with COVID, no? Kay the moment you lower your guards is COVID na rin sa skilled, musurde na siya. You protect yourself. You protect yourself because by protecting yourself, by wearing the mask, by staying at distance, at bay with others, washing your hands, stay at home if you have no business outside. If you are just doing that, no, when you protect yourself, you're also protecting your family, you're also protecting the community. That's why gusto na ko ang tagline bitaw sa Cebu is protect Cebu, no? Because once you protect Cebu, you're also protecting other parts of the country, no? So ingana ra siya nga kaning messaging ba, no? Protect yourself, then protect Cebu. Cebu is not Cebu City. Cebu is the entire Cebuano or the entire island. You protect it, borders and everything, because by doing so, you're protecting our country or the entire human race for that matter.
Do you follow a certain fixed schedule, or whatever comes up must be attended to ASAP? So what are your schedules like? How do you prioritize your priorities?
Well, the daily course of EOC, we huddle every 8 o'clock. But here's the thing. EOC is data-driven. And EOC is composed of doctors. This is a medical issue. This is a medical battle. We are guided by medical experts, not just kaning organic na sa Cebu City Health, but also from other sectors. No, we have Dr. Brian, to name one, who's been guiding us, no, on how to really address the issue. And then before kuan lang ta, murami reactive lang ba, kinsay bubuto diha nga mga asa na siya, mga positive nga mga individuals, so diretso na to contact tracing, contain, lockdown. But karon we are being aggressive, proactive namin. So we really go out, search, locate, hunt, and chase COVID. No, among ginapangitao na siya, just like what we did dito sa Carbon. Kay kibaw biya kang Carbon, we land in the front page of the national papers because no less than PRD, no, President Duterte, call us gahi ng ulo, gahi tag ulo, which indeed, no, gahi ng tag ulo, no. And then if there is one place here in the city of Cebu na grabe kayo ang foot traffic, that's Carbon Market. No? Kaya diha, it knows no age, it knows no economic strata, ang dato pobre na dito. So, what we did proactive, of course, with the Department of Health and City Health Department, and of course, ang atong barangay diha, as well as ang atong market authorities diha, no? What we did, nag-pool testing ta, no? But bisan sayo, no, we really have to inform them, educate them kung ngano nagbuhatan ni ani. It's not just a question nga ato nang buhaton. It took us more than a week to really interact with the different vendors nga this is the right thing to do. Mo ni atong buhaton. So we're looking at 2,000, but ni sobra mi, mga almost 2,200 ang nagpa-test. Just imagine, nagpa-swab ka, and then nag-extract ka yung blood. Dili basta-basta. But Because people are well informed, people were educated why we are doing this. So that's why really na nalisod nga ni volunteer gid sila, ni ngadto gid sila sa among staging area dito na nag-extract sa mga specimen. So we are being proactive. And then in fact yesterday, ang tanan nato mga inmate nato or mga detainees nato atong gikuan sad ato sang nga gi-pool testing, no? Okay, we really want to know if transmission is really there so that we can also formulate ways on how to make our detention centers diya sa mga different police stations safer, no? And then not only that, proactive sa we've been meeting with the different groceries, supermarkets, and then putting up we've been meeting with government offices, we've been meeting with these delivery services, we've been meeting with the markets, why are we doing this? Because we are putting up this health infectious preventive control officer. So every offices, every area, kanang construction sites, nanas like HIPCO. So we call it HIPCO. Why? If there's an incident, kung nanlita na asla nag-positive sa ilang trabahoan o sa dapita, ang among emergency operation center, all they have to do is just locate and communicate with the HIPCO. We have complete numbers na nila. Even it falls on a weekend, dali ra naman mag-contact trace na naman may HIPCO. And this HIPCO, in every area, in every establishment, they're the one also overseeing not just their employees but their customers as well. So na may responsible officer at any time, any given day nga among day makontak aron ma-contain day nato because nahitabo man gud one of the government offices there sa south sus naigo sila and then it happens on a weekend. So just imagine we coordinate with the president and the chairman taas na kay ba. So right now we only have one person nga among and these are the things nga proactive na mo. So dili mingon nagpaabot lang ni abot na sila but nangita gid mi ag-asa na siya sa COVID.
How about the immediate future? What do you have in the pipeline or projects or plans as far as IATF is concerned?
In fact, I was asked by my fellow colleagues in the City Council, when is this gonna end? No, what's in the near future of COVID? And I told them frankly, I really don't know. If there's an answer for that, God only knows. Okay, sa pagkakaroon, while COVID is still around, really have to be vigilant, no? And then sa pangutana, when is this gonna end? Takibaw. So complacency is our number one enemy, no? Karon while we are celebrating a little victory, usay makita nimo ang mga tao, they tend to be relaxed na. But if you look other countries, no, in Europe, even in England, they shut down. And while Americans are gunning for the presidential election, their cases are going up. Really, Europe are doing the same. No, murag second wave na sila. So this is enough warning for us. No, we should not be complacent. Yes, we're enjoying single digit, but unsa man napasabot na natay single digit nato nga kaso, unsa man, is that enough for us to be relaxed? No, because we always compare it what transpired like 3-4 months ago na 3 digit. That should not be the case. Kinganlan we're gunning for the zero gid. And then usa niya is really to institutionalize kaning emergency operation center. Okay, we have a very unique enemy, unseen, wala kita ning enemy. So we have to institutionalize. In fact, ang atong gibuhat diri sa Cebu City Emergency Operation Center sa trabaho gini maayo nila ni General Feliciano. Kaning mo ni siya gihimong manual gani sa ubang LGU. No, when I went to Manila as a guest dito sa Camp Crame, so they were really fascinated on how we do the turnaround gani siya. In fact, we also represent EOC dito sa Bacolod, so they were very thankful with what we did. No, kita may nasugamat, kita gyud na mumo, kita gyud nagkagidlay. So ang atong experience is enough lesson for them not to follow what we've been through. Mo gina ang atong experience diri sa Cebu City, mo ni sila angay panaminan sa ubang LGU, no? Dili ingon nga kitay perpekto, no. Sukamod gud ta. Nagkadugo gud ta, namatyan ta. So, mo ni angay hununaon nila nga unsay atong dapitan nga nasayod ta. Dili na nila angay ma-experience pa. So, it's enough nga na lesson ta. Dili man ingon ni bounce back ta or unsa, but more than that, no, it's a preventive na nila ba nga ang atong istorya na to nga could serve as a deterrent na nila nga dili na sila mo experience pa. So I think that's it. This one I received this on behalf of the Emergency Operations Center of Cebu City, and of course the Cebu City government representing the mayor dito sa Camp Crame. And then, this is a result of our efforts that is sa Cebu City, Cebu City government, and all the stakeholders, the police and everything, na, we were able to emulate what we did here. So, pasalamat. This is not me, this is the entire Cebuanos that I'm holding here. And then this one also, this is from Bacolod. I went there and then I received this on behalf also of the EUC and the Cebu City government. They're very thankful, especially si Mayor Lunardia. Ningon siya, pasalamat siya because our experience somehow guided, in addressing it. And as it is right now dito sa Bacolod, they're doing okay na. I-compare nimo a month ago or 2 months ago. So of course, kani with the guidance also of General Feliciano and Mia, and our mayor also. So kani this is a manifestation. We're doing good.
Great. It's good to know. I'm sure the public would appreciate that. Councilor, I'd like to ask you for a message you'd like to share with our viewers or our audience before we say so long.
I may sound like a broken record ba? Okay? Balik-balik yung storya na yan. It takes a lot of guts, it takes a lot of patience, it takes a lot of talent to say the same things all over again every single day. This is more powerful than kaning bitang medicine nga atong i-expect na prevent na ang transmission, which is, let's go back to the basic, which is, of course, you have to wear mask, no? Nga di ka mo gawa sa balay ugwa na siya. I want this to be instilled yun sa inyong hearts and mind ba nga mura bag muscle memory na ba nga kingalan you have to wear your mask, and then if you go into an enclosed nga lugar or you ride a public transportation, you have to wear kaning face shield, no? And then second is kita ra ba mga Pinoy kanang hilig kay agbay tanan-ana bisog beso ayaw sa naron, no? Social distancing is the key, no? Ako, I haven't kissed my mother for the last 7 months. I want to embrace her on her birthday, but because I love her that much, I should not do that, no? Third is, of course, kanatong kamot, we don't know asa na siya ni dapat, avoid touching your face, touching your eyes, anything, wash your hand as often as possible, magdagal alcohol. And then fourth is, if you have no business going out of your house, no, stay at home. Di ko kasabot ang mga tao mingon gipriso kas balay. Imo ng balay, you're surrounded by your loved ones. How can it be a prison cell? No? Kita during normal times, we long nga moabot na tas balay ro makapahuway ta to be with our kids nya karon na panahon na nimo. Why don't you embrace and savor every moment of it ba? No? Why do you look at it na prisuhan? How come? Nga maprisuhan man you're in the company of your kids and loved ones. It's a matter of looking at things differently ba? No? So kanang siya, no? That is one thing. These are the things na ako i-impart sa public ba nga. Let's just do our part. Let's just do our share, no? Kami sa government, we can only do so much. We can only do so much. The police can only do so much. Our doctors and nurses, our frontliners only can do so much. Our Cebu City government can do so much. Our mayor can only do so much. OPAV can only do so much. But, at the end of the day, it's a two-way traffic. You have to do your part. You have to do your part also. Because by protecting yourself, you're protecting your family and you're protecting others. You're protecting the community. No? So with this, I think Maura Montangali na Ma'am Pilar, thank you for this opportunity, giving me this opportunity to be your guest, and then I hope I had imparted something, that could be something that worth a lesson, sa uban, kay we really don't know kano sa palita mahuman yan, but as long as we do our part, I believe we will be having a good Christmas. And of course, it will not be the usual normal tingali nato, the sinulog and everything, but we should learn how to live with it, So thank you, salamat, and then amping kami.
Thank you very much, Councilor Joel Garganera. Public service is truly something that you must have in your heart to be effective and efficient. I can honestly say that you are fulfilling God's purpose in your life to be a different kind of leader, especially in times like this. For everyone else watching us right now who find themselves serving others in whatever capacity, I would like to leave our viewers with this verse of scripture taken from the book of Mark 10:45, and it says, "For even the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve, and to give us His life as a ransom for many." Thank you, friends, for keeping us company. We hope you enjoy this episode, and stay tuned to Pilar and Friends every Sunday at 3 p.m. Thank you, and God bless. See you next week.